Hello, hello, hello. We're having a lot of fun with this. So we're switching up some things with technology, which we are extremely fantastic at. So we're like, is it up, down? Where are we at?
No, we're
So,
using a different camera, so I'm like, oh my gosh, it's really different for
and I
you
found Miracle Grow and sprinkled it on my wife's head. And so she grew, right? So she's actually standing on a prop. So she's like, I don't know, probably
Okay,
a
okay,
foot
watch
taller, right?
this. I gotta sit down. This is how tall I normally am.
I call her my little Polish pierogi. So, but yeah, we wanted to step on today and just kind of our journey and share with you guys. And hopefully, there's some nuggets you can take from our journey, laugh at our journey that maybe will make sense to you too, right? And how men and how women we're just so different, right? So, you know, you help. I love my wife's little story. When we first like got married, moved in, I asked her, what was it? I don't remember what I said. That's towels or something.
Yeah, you asked what my system was for getting a new towel. So I was like, I didn't realize I had to have a system for getting a new towel, but the reason why you were asking is because you were doing laundry. And so you're like, man, women go through a lot of towels.
Yeah.
Which is true. It is true. So I have since streamlined my towel usage. But so this week Kenny was like, what do you want to talk about? I thought it would be fun to talk about like how women communicate versus how men communicate. And I would say one of the big differences is that like Kenny, I don't know if all men are like that, but you in general tend to try to, I think because men naturally try to protect. And so you don't always share when things are going on wrong or if something's not going right. You tend to keep that, more to yourself. Would you say that's true?
Yeah, I would
If
definitely.
something's bothering you.
Yeah, I would definitely say that. We try, and a thing that I find is that, men don't necessarily talk as much. When I was in practice and seeing a lot of people, I was talking all day. And so I would come home and I just wanted to and just chill out, and I was a decision maker thousands of times that day. I mean, maybe tens of thousands because I saw so many people. And last thing I want to do is come home and make decisions. And she's been home with our daughter all day. And so she's not around any other human beings. She just wants to talk to an adult. I don't want to talk to an adult. I'd rather play with a kid. And then I'm hearing, oh, well, this happened. You need to correct, it's like, I just got home. So I think that that's really important. And a metaphor I want to share, I read this book and the guy was talking about, he was out on a job with a construction owner, and this guy was always uplifting. And even the most uplifting people have bad days, guys. You wouldn't know a good day if you didn't have a bad day, right? And so those bad days are what allow us to strengthen. As in Proverbs in the Bible said, if you've never seen a piece of mine gold or silver, you wouldn't know what you're looking at, because it takes extreme heat and pressure to get the impurities out so you can see the gold or silver, right? So it took a long time for her to see that in me, right? So
Yeah.
but let me finish this. So the guy was, something went wrong and it delayed his whole process for like 2 months. And he was just sitting down. He just was like, you could see the guy was getting ready to explode. And this young man was on a journeyman with him. And he observed this and he'd never seen this in like a year with this guy. So they get home that night and the young man walked in to have dinner with this guy. The guy never spoke a word the rest of the day. He walks in, before he goes into his home, he sees this beautiful tree. And he walks over and metaphorically, he literally takes his coat off and hangs it in the tree, is what it looks like to the young man. He's like, what in the heck's going on? And he just kind of loved the tree and said some things and walked in under his breath. And when he got inside, he was dad. It was like the kids were running over. He kissed his wife, all these things. And the next morning, the young man said, what in the world was that? Like, what happened between like the morning and when you got home and you went over to that tree? And he said, well, that's my trust tree. That's God's tree. And he said, I hang all my baggage in that tree. And he goes, I know that God will sift through it. He'll give me the answers as I sleep. When I wake up tomorrow, I have the answer. But by taking that garbage into my family, it's no better. And that was a real hard lesson I had to learn as a husband, is how to be open with her and let her know that. Because what I would do is I would get stressed and I would take things out of her, right?
Like I would be like, okay.
Why'd you bite it? I bite my head off for asking this, right?
Like, you seem stressed or you seem cranky, and if you don't tell me,
Right.
you know what I mean? I don't know why. And it would just be like all of a sudden, like, you don't know what's going on, or you don't know what I have to deal with. And I'm like, well, tell me. But that's what you do. I think, like you always say, you love the other person, like how you want to be loved and communicated,
100%.
how you want to be communicated to. So I feel like, oh, so he probably doesn't want to hear every little thing that I have an issue with. Because when I have something bothering me, the first thing I want to do is tell him, or if something's wrong or whatever, I want to tell him and tell him over and over and over again.
Over and over and over and over again.
And I think most women are like that. And so I feel like, he's kind of like, man, I wish sometimes you would keep some of that to yourself. Maybe, and or I'm like, come on, I need you to share with me. And I think that's a big difference between men and women, where we're like, come on, share with me, and you're like, oh man, do I have to hear this again?
A wonderful book that I read, I want to share. It's called Love and Respect, and it gives a wonderful, beautiful breakdown. I share it with my patients and clients all the time, and he talks about how men look through blue lenses. The masculine lens is blue, and we need primarily respect. Secondarily, we need love. As a lady, you guys look through the rosy glasses, the pink glasses, right? There's actually a reason behind it, because when you see rosy shades, everything's positive, okay? So long story short, you need love, and then you need respect. So like what would happen, I would go to the office all day and do this and try to save the world. Well, I need to come home and be the same kind of guy to my family, right? That's only fair. And so I would come home, and she would tell me about her day and what happened. And men, honestly, we listen, and we listen intently, because we want to provide and we want to protect. And I would hear what she was saying. Now she wants to repeat it over and over again, because she's very emotional. I'm very logical. I'm like, okay, well, how can we improve upon this so you don't have that bad result again, right? So I don't try to fix her, but unfortunately she feels like I'm trying to fix her. I'm trying to fix the situation so she doesn't get hurt. So I would do this, and she would get so peeled. I don't want you to do that. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, honey, I'm just trying to help the situation so you don't get hurt again. So she would feel unloved, which is her primary need, and she would roll her eyes at me, or she would sigh at me. Total disrespect. And then I would say something totally unloving, mean. I would react instead of respond. And as my mind started getting clear and I started studying these things, I had clarity on what she was feeling. And when I knew what she was feeling, then I could help her see what I was seeing, and the communication started happening.
Yeah.
And so
I feel like too, when women communicate, it's like he already knows where I'm going with it. You know
100%.
what I mean? He's like, I already know what you're going with it, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, well, I still want to say it. Like, I know you think you probably do know where I'm going with this, but I still need to get it out. And I think that's something too, that's different with men and women, where I'm like, Yeah,
I had to become respectful of that and let her speak.
But you're like, I already know what you're going to say.
But it's still disrespectful, not right. So
Yeah.
I've worked a lot on that. So
Yeah.
but it's funny. I mean, she's always like, why do you study so hard? Because I need to know me better. And as I know me better, I understand her better, and we're all wired the same. That's the beauty of this, right? I mean, it's been said for thousands of years, literally mankind, humankind, womankind, we're all the same in nature, but we vary in our behaviors. So if you understand the behavior of the other, you understand what they're thinking, you understand what they're doing, and you can respond instead of react or overreact and fighting over silly things, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, it was funny. We were talking. Oh my God, I want to share that. What were we talking about? You were sharing something with the child, our daughter. Oh my God. So,
I don't know.
no.
Something she said, it could be anything.
It was, but you could see both of us. A whole other topic, but I can't picture that. But I'll bring it to you next time. But did you have anything you want to add?
No, I think I think that's how other couples communicate too. I don't know.
But yeah, maybe you'll find some
comment.
things in there, right? Yeah, comment below,
No.
let us know.
How you guys are? Does your wife say the same thing over and over?
Over and get right. So, but yeah, we tend to do that. But just remember, at the end of the day, we tend to love the way we love to be loved. We speak the way we want to be spoken to.
I tend to overshare, and you tend to undershare. And I think that's what we both need to work on. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Meet in the middle, right?
Yeah.
So one day, I might be 100%, she might be 0 in the relationship, or, she might be 100 the next and then 0. We got to remember, if we build and love into each other, then we have more in those tough times. That's all. So,
and here's the thing, like you always say, it's better to give. Like when you give a stranger a gift, you're always like, oh, I love to give gifts more than I love to receive gifts. I always love to give more than I like to receive. But in your marriage, I think it's the same thing. You have to flip it and be like, I want to give more to my spouse instead of receive more. And I think that you start doing that and think of it that way of like, oh, I want to give more. The giving feels better.
Yeah. And then they want to give right back more. I mean, it's a whole cycle. So, hey, we love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you got some laughs at our expense, had some fun. Please share this information. Follow us at Harlow Success Institute. on Facebook, and also Harless Success at harlesssuccess.com. So hope you have a blessed day. Make it a great day. Every day and every way, get better and better.